people of Earth. All right. ADHD time. Can I hold your attention long enough for you to even pay attention to this stream? That is the challenge. There's not enough screen space on this laptop. We need to move everything over there immediately. But that's for another episode. Anyway, I'm just going to put this up here because we're still testing out the streams, guys. We're testing it out right now to see what's happening. So hopefully this works out for the best. Mr. Ooh-wee in the house. Go follow that guy if you guys want to get some food information. But we're going to talk about ADHD real quick so I can go to bed because it's late. It's late. Hopefully the music's not too loud. We're testing, so don't kill us just yet. So anyway, the attention economy at work. All right, folks, imagine you're 14, scrolling TikTok for hours, and suddenly, bam, you got ADHD. Just diagnosed yourself between a dance trend and a cat video. Welcome to the world of mental health misinformation, where clinical psychology meets viral content, and everyone's an expert because they saw a 30-second clip with some lo-fi beats in the background. Oh my God, this world is ridiculous. So I was reading that a recent study found that fewer than half of the claims in the top 100 most viewed ADHD videos right here on TikTok, if you're not watching us on YouTube, actually align with clinical guidelines. So that's over half of them. Straight up nonsense. But does that stop people from treating these videos like gospel? Absolutely not. The more ADHD content young adults consume, the more likely they are to overestimate how common and severe the symptoms are. Now, let's break this down. ADHD is real. It affects people in serious ways. Difficulty focusing, hyperactivity, impulsivity. That's me. But social media has turned it into a quirky personality trait. Can't finish a book? ADHD. Forgot why you walked into a room? ADHD. Opened the fridge, stared at it, then walked away without grabbing anything? Definitely ADHD. According to TikTok, everyone's got it. Everyone. And the numbers don't lie. Prescriptions for ADHD meds in England, where I am now, jumped 18% year over year since the pandemic. So either we just had an ADHD epidemic that coincidentally exploded right when TikTok started pushing ADHD content, or people are diagnosing themselves based on a handful of poorly researched videos. Who would have thunk it? Two clinical psychologists reviewed the top ADHD TikToks, collectively raking in nearly 500 million with a B views. And guess what? The content wasn't exactly top tier science. And a lot of it was personal anecdotes with no disclaimers, making it sound like everyone and every ADHD experience is universal. Spoiler, it's not. That's like saying every migraine sufferer sees cartoon birds circling their head because one person on TikTok said so. Now, I'm not hating on TikTok. I'm just telling you that the people in these videos are not giving you accurate information always. Do your own research. Hell, if you listen to half the crap I said, the world would be a much better place, but it would be an absolute chaotic mess. So researchers surveyed 843 psychology students. 421 had self-diagnosed ADHD. 198 had an actual diagnosis and found that those who consumed more TikTok ADHD content were more likely to trust and recommend it. So basically, people who binge these videos are the ones most convinced they have ADHD, even when the information is sketchy at best. TikTok's algorithm doesn't care about accuracy. It cares about engagement. It sees you watching ADHD videos, so it feels that it needs to feed you more. It's a never ending cycle of confirmation bias. The more you watch, the more you believe. The more you believe, the more you share. And the more you share, the more some influencer cashes in on ad revenue and sponsorship deals, not hating on that. That's the hustle right now. Experts agree that TikTok can be a great tool for awareness and support, but it should not be a diagnostic center, you guys. Yeah, here we are with young adults convinced they have a neurological disorder because a 19-year-old with a ring light and a shaky self-diagnosis said so. So what's the fix? Simple. If you think you have ADHD, see an actual doctor. Check reputable sources. Maybe, just maybe, consider that stress, anxiety, or sheer exhaustion from being alive in this economy might also be factors in your attention span. In the meantime, let's all agree to stop letting TikTok decide our medical conditions. Unless, of course, you've got scroll-induced syndrome. Symptoms include believing everything you see online, impulsively diagnosing yourself, and developing a compulsive need to argue in comment sections. Best cure? Touching grass outside. Now, seriously, this is a real thing, all right? This is a real thing. I watched a different video on this, and it goes way, way back past TikTok. Now, just to give you some context here, back when Abraham Lincoln was running for president of the United States, way back then, when people that look like me were still slaves in the United States, people would go to these presidential debates and sit there, and they would listen to him argue a point to the audience for an hour. One point. Why? Because they could focus and lock in on the whole storyline and keep up with what he's saying, right? That's all changed. Once we started getting the implementation of like media into our lives, our attention spans started to dwindle. We can't focus on political concepts that take an hour to make a point. The whole political process of a debate now is only an hour in its entirety. So once we started watching movies and started going to see TV in the theater, our attention span started to shrink. And then we started getting on the internet, and then now we have videos like this. It's much, much deeper and complex than that. But that's all I'm going to give you on that. I don't have anything else to say. I'm still testing. We're still testing. It's a test. It's a test. It's almost 11 o'clock. I need to go to bed. But I just want to test the stream and see what's happening. We've got a new partnership with a company, and they want us to test the streams to make sure that we can get it in right. So that's what we're doing here. So bear with us. We'll have something more exciting for you next time, hopefully, next time on Sick Sad Society. But that's all I got to say for you guys for tonight. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Just do me a solid and subscribe. And